It's July 29th, 2022, and Amtrak's Ethan Express is making its way into Burlington Union Station for the first time to pick up passengers. This is a very special day as it is the first time in almost 70 years that Burlington, Vermont has had regular passenger intercity rail. Burlington, Vermont is a small city on the shore of Lake Champlain and home to about 45,000 people. While Amtrak's Ethan Express is getting all the attention today, Burlington has actually already had an Ethan serving it for quite some time. Motor vessel Spirit of Ethan 3 is a tour boat that has daytime and sunset dinner cruises on Lake Champlain, departing from the Burlington waterfront. Burlington has some well-known spots like the Church Street Marketplace and the famous Flynn Theater, both which are located within easy walking distance of Union Station. Burlington is home to a few colleges and universities. The University of Vermont is probably the most well-known. This university has been around since 1791 and is among the oldest in the United States. The school's mascot is the Catamounts. Another large college in Burlington is the Champlain College. During Vermont's long, cold winter month, a lot of Vermonters love to go skiing up in the Green Mountains. Union Station. Opened in 1916, it served both the Rutland and the Central Vermont Railway. The final Rutland trains would come in 1953, and after that, the station was sold off to private owners. While the road side of the building looks like it always did, the track side has changed a lot since the 40s. Once there were 4 passenger tracks plus freight bypass tracks. Now there is just a single track. Gone are the overhead walkways and 2 platforms. In 2021, the platform and the bike path were torn up and work began to build a new platform. The Island Line Trail bike path would now get switched to the lake side of the tracks. Work was quick to progress, and over the spring and early summer of 2022, a change was quite noticeable. Not only was a new platform being put in, but the old jointed rail was being replaced with continuously welded rail in the yard. In addition, the new track for Amtrak's overnight servicing was quickly getting installed.
This way, find a phone.
A brand new signaling system, designed by the Vermont Rail System, was installed. This is a switch position indicator signal. The next major project that was taking place was the Vergennes-Ferrisburg station. This was another old Rutland station that got moved, and a park and ride was added. A new platform was installed and interior work was completed. One sad part about Amtrak's arrival is that the New Haven Junction depot had to be moved. Apparently it was only a few inches or so too close to the tracks. With no one wanting to demolish such an amazing historical building, a plan was put into action to jack it up and roll it a couple miles through the fields to the town of New Haven, where a new foundation would be poured. I was lucky enough to catch the final Burlington to Rutland BDRD freight train passing the station on January 11, 2021. The train station would be the last major building project for the arrival of Amtrak. A new tunnel was completed in the fall of 2021 with higher clearances for double-stack service, and a brand new station was completed in 2022. Unfortunately, the old Rutland era station would not be able to be used as it was a private business. In 2021, Amtrak began running qualification runs from Rutland to Burlington and back, consisting of 2 P32 or P42s and a cafe car or coach. This set would run up to Burlington and back to Rutland once to twice a day. In early July 2022, Amtrak began running the Ethan Allen from Burlington to Rutland, just not as a revenue train. Finally, the big day has arrived. Amtrak's Ethan Allen Express is in Union Station and lots of people are gathering for a pre-trip party and speeches. There was a live band playing outside and free food inside the station waiting area. Soon, the speeches started with various politicians and others getting up to talk.
We're going to get started in just a couple of moments, please. We need to be able to keep the train on time, as they say. Imagine you can step on that train and step off in Penn Station, and you can return from the heart of New York City right back here to Burlington Union Station. And you can return from the heart of New York City right back here to Burlington Union Station.
Share in the well wishes of getting this train back here to Burlington again over decades. Bringing passenger rail back through Rutland and into Burlington with stops in Ferrisburg and Middlebury has been an enormous effort. With decades.
An hour from now, Burlington will send off its first train filled with passengers on a journey to New York City. It has been nearly 7 decades and 12 mayors since the last passenger train left this station in 1953. It is tremendously satisfying to be serving in this role when, after decades of work by many, many people, daily service resumes.
As the mayor just mentioned, this project touches on a whole lot of issues. Very simply, what it does is if you choose not to get into your car and drive to New York City and spend $100 to park your car, you know what, take Amtrak. And second of all, if you don't want to spend half your life waiting in an airport, because your plane was just delayed as mine was today, you don't have the Amtrak going to Detroit, do you? I need that flight, that train as well. But my experience with Amtrak is that it has been very, very reliable, and the staff on board have been very, very courteous and doing their job very, very well.
I'll be quick. What a great day. On behalf of Congressman Peter Welch, it is my pleasure to congratulate Amtrak on the commencement today of passenger rail service from Burlington to Ferrisburg and Vergennes to Middlebury and to Rutland, which will connect Burlington to the existing rail lines to New York City. Railroads have played an important role in our nation's history starting in the 19th century, connecting cities and spurring economic growth. They have fascinated writers and cultural observers, inspiring novels, board games, and movies. Today's passenger rail carries both commuters and vacationers, evoking the leisure of the past while providing the convenience of the modern era, including Wi-Fi and an environmentally friendly mode of travel. Congressman Welch is a strong supporter of rail and voted to triple Amtrak's funding in the House-passed INVEST Act. He will continue to support U.S. Rail in fiscal year 23 to maintain and improve existing trains and tracks and to bring American-made, high-speed hybrid trains to Vermont and New England. The Congressman would like to thank Senator Sanders and Senator Leahy, Governor Scott, Secretary Flynn, Mayor Weinberger, Amtrak CEO Stephen Gardner, Federal Rail Deputy Administrator Jennifer Mitchell, the Vermont Legislature, and the Vermont Rail System, and the many, many people here today who made today's launch possible.
That includes $27.5 million in what we call our Tiger funds, dating all the way back to 2005. We had 2 Tiger grants for a total of $18 million that were helped restore the tracks, the platforms, and the stations as well as about $9 million in railroad development funding too. So this project and the crowd that's here today is very emblematic of the excitement around the future of passenger rail in America. As you know, President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, and I would like to thank very much Senators Sanders and Leahy, the congressional delegation that supported the bill as well. It's going to help us get more passenger rail out there to get people and goods where they want to go faster, safer, and more reliably. So today,
in our system here with Amtrak, we're never the unitary actor. We do things in partnership with railroads, with states, with communities. And I want to just say, Vermont, you've got an incredible team that's been working for decades to make today happen. Under Joe's leadership, with the governor's leadership, it has taken decades to get to where we are today. But what a fantastic day it is. We're going to get a great on-time departure. I'm the one who's measured against this stat, everybody. Don't mess it up. So we're going to get a great departure. And as part of this trip, we're going to create an incredible connection to Amtrak's 46-state network. And we're going to make, as Senator Sanders says, a dent in this huge challenge of the climate crisis facing America, right? 30% of all greenhouse gas emissions come from the transportation sector. We support electric vehicles, but guess what, folks? It's not going to be enough. We got to change the way people move. And we can. We have a huge rail system out there in partnership, like the partnership between the state, Amtrak, and Vermont Railway. We can invest in railways, we can make them reliable, we can make them efficient, we can make them trip time competitive. And you can have enough frequency so that people can use the train in a functional way. That's what we need. It exists in some parts of the country. Vermont's been a leader in bringing it to New England, and we're going to do more of it. So thank you. I want to thank everyone here for, one, joining the celebration. It is a great day. And I want to just take a moment to recognize the federal delegation that has done so much to bring resources to make this happen. Senator Leahy, Senator Sanders, Mr. Welch. It has been an incredible, constant theme throughout the federal delegation to support Amtrak, which we're very grateful for, and to bring more and better service to this state. So thank you.
A green ribbon was cut, and it was time to board.
Good job.
Thanks for joining us for this.
Not on the train.
Her like visual intelligence is
Said to
just
him,
through the
can you
roof.
sleep at all? And he said, not much. So.
Yeah.
Obviously done.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's very
Well, that's why I wanted to be sure to be here today.
Yeah, she was out there last week, and they went to a sleigh. And
290 over. They're all set. Okay, to highball Burlington. Highball 290 Burlington.
Took the least would be trains.
Yeah. He's got a marvel. I like this
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the inaugural run of train 290 from Burlington to New York City. Our first station stop for most of you will be Virgins in approximately 20 minutes. A special thanks to our friends at the Vermont Railway because they've been over backwards for us here, folks. We've been up here a long time and they've moved mountains for us, literally. We hope you enjoy your ride. Again, Virgins is the first station stop. Welcome aboard the Ethan Allen Express.
The two grade crossings at King Street and Maple Street were a bit slow to activate. I believe they were DTMF tone activated, although I'm not sure. In any case, we had to stop twice, once at each crossing before rolling south through the yard.
told me she should have been here with his mother.
Hey, nice to see you. Yeah. All right. So excited, huh? That's okay. We'll put it delay on the heating here. Hey, Elizabeth. How are you? Oh, nice. A lot. More than you'd like.
I watched everyone.
Photo with the next treasure of the great state of Vermont. Yeah, for sure. I'd love one. You want a photo? Sure. Here's all. I don't know. Sorry, it's going slow. What's up, sir? You know, ripping the chest guy like the uniform. That's good. We're looking for the coffee. Did you get one of our considerations? I got you with a pen. I get you with our service. Mike, check. Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Did you guys get one of our songs? Yeah. We're on our way out.
Carl has pens?
I do. I have celebratory pens. Did you get one of these, sir?
No, thank you.
Produced by a gentleman named Dan. In his own pocket. Paid for by himself.
Beautiful. Thank you, Carl.
Get one of these. One to a family. They did the hard lock up a couple weeks ago. Yes.
I know. This looks
Did I get you a silver pen, sir?
Oh, thank you.
I got one already, Carl.
Strike 290, Timmy. Good run at Champlain Drive. Got two flaggers protected track field. As scan the runner and Champlain protected. All correct.
Right. Yeah. We can only solve the sunny side problem. But I got to
Nice to see you, Steve.
I'll be back.
Okay, come back. We love you.
Well, no, I don't know that. But yeah, I have passion.
I said I'm on the Amtrak train from Burlington down to New York City, but I'm only going to Virgins. Yeah. Yep. But I called. Would you check in with John and see if he wants you to work?
That's right.
Good. Appreciate it.
That's right.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
And had worked with you in your role, and yeah, you're just doing what Charlie does.
Right, there's always you.
So it was kind of easy.
Yeah, and there's a really good team at Rensselaer. You don't have a transition.
Hey, man, how are you? Where are you?
It's a whole series.
Are you working
As we leave the yard, crossing over Home Avenue, we start to accelerate up to passenger track speed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome aboard Amtrak Ethan Allen Express to New York Penn Station. The cafe on this train is open for service. The cafe is located in the rear of today's train. The cafe carries breakfast items as well as lunch and dinner, soda, soft drinks, iced tea and water. We also accept cash, major credit, debit cards, Google, as well as Apple Pay. We look forward to serving you and enjoy your ride.
We get the whole weekend. Yeah. Well, maybe just stay in New York.
I think you would like John more.
And then you flying back Monday night?
Yeah.
You're a busy girl. Good. Make that some money. Good. Good.
As soon as we got to the further south, people who had homes near the tracks were like, look, it's going to be noisy, it's going to be dangerous, and blah, 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 blah. And that was when things sort of slowed down. What was the...
Good morning, Katie. How are you?
This is beautiful.
Are you there?
Oh, it was on by Green Mountain.
We got our last views of Lake Champlain, then to an inward through Charlotte and past the former Charlotte commuter rail station.
The train didn't run.
Oh, you don't? I retired last year. You live here. Welcome to Vermont. I live down in Hartford. Oh, do you?
Just a moment, we'll be arriving at our first station stop for Jen. North Transport for Jen's first station stop on 290 Easton Allen. Please move to the doors where you've been directed by a conductor. For Jen,
We had a lot of fun together.
Soon our first station stop, Virgins, came into view, and this is where a lot of the politicians who were riding would get off. There was a big party at the Virgins station as well. Actually, there would be big parties at all the stations, from Burlington down to Rutland.
God, it was fast.
Oh my God, it's a party, another party, yes.
this stop is for Jen. This stop is for Jen.
All right, I'll see you later.
Okay. Are you?
Okay, I'll get the whistle so I get to see the special.
Next station stop will be Middlebury. Middlebury is next. Approximately 25 minutes, Middlebury.
As we approached New Haven Junction Depot, I moved over to the left-hand side of the train with hopes of seeing where the former New Haven Junction Depot had once stood. I have passed this area a few times on Vermont Railway's passenger trains and always remember seeing the depot standing there. It felt very odd not to see the depot there anymore as we thundered by at track speed. Not very long after, and we were approaching Middlebury. As we rolled into the Middlebury yard, northbound Vermont Railway freight RDBD, or Rutland to Burlington, was in the siding as we rolled south. As with Burlington Virgins, there was a large party at the station with tons of people out filming and waving as we pulled into the station. This station stop took a little while as we had to make 2 stops to let a lot of people on and off. Eventually, though, we were departing and rolling under the new tunnel.
Once again, this station stop is Middlebury. This is Middlebury, exit only, where you see one of the conductors or a member of the crew for Middlebury.
This is yeah, my local train is the Vermonter now. Okay. It's easy to remember the schedule because I only have one Northbound, one Southbound.
Like anybody to bring on, or?
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out.
Hey, Chris?
Yeah.
Before we get into Rutland, can you spare
That's what I understand.
I'm one of your regular passengers.
Yeah,
I'm bailing at Rutland.
Okay, all right. I'll be coming back up. Give me a few minutes here.
Thank you. Sorry, you were saying?
So yeah, it's just a Vermonter occasionally down to Philly to see Jim Feeney.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And
Well, he was one of the early founders, right?
he was the first president. I was.
Oh, they don't know how to operate the door. That's the secret. You gotta push your buttons. A learning experience. They're not gonna lock you in.
Where's the business club?
Business class, all the way to the rear. You got a business ticket?
This is new, right? The tunnel's
This is new. Well, the tracks have been here, but the tunnel.
Yeah.
Or I take that back. I think there may have been, but the thing was a clearance issue before.
I see.
Redevelopment in the area.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry, Andrew said.
And Mike Barnes.
Like David.
Yeah, David Fury.
About an hour after departing Middlebury, we were approaching Florence and soon Rutland.
So what's happened actually, so the building's here, and the south facade, it's the south facade of the building.
Yeah.
That's what's adjacent to the right of way is separated from the building structure itself. So it's just sort of there. It's actually separated from it, okay? So we could come over, 15 floors on the side, gonna go over. So what they gotta do is they gotta go in, they get cable up and tie it back into the structure. I personally said, just go get a wrecking ball out there, go whack it, knock it down, right? Whatever falls down is done. Whatever doesn't fall down is not going to fall down. And but that's just been.
Well, that's been a problem there for 30 years.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
Remember that building?
Soon, Rutland was coming into view, and I got ready to disembark the train.
Station stop, one exit. The forward end of the cafe car at the rear of today's train. Rutland is next.
Oh, she did like a woo!
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Whoa, look at this. We got I feel like royalty.
Oh, we got bagpipes, Charlie. Excellent.
Maybe get another here.
First I'm wearing the right
I appreciate everything you do. All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
After getting off the train in Rutland, I hurried down the tracks to get a shot at them leaving. P-32 715 was now in the lead as they headed southbound. Vermont Railway FLSW was hot on their tail as they left the station. Now, with all the trains gone, it was time to do a little exploring of Rutland. I found this interesting little rock train, the history of Rutland. After biking around a little bit, I stopped at the village snack bar for a maple creamy. A maple creamy is a Vermont specialty. After getting a creamy, I headed down to the center Rutland depot to check out the old motor car there and also the old wood caboose. After checking those out for a little while, I headed back to Rutland. I set up just in time to catch BD-80 returning to Rutland from Burlington, now with BTR 307 in the lead. hurried over to the GMOC to catch 264 returning to Rutland. Both GMOC 264 and the B&O job had gotten permission to enter the yard at about the same time. So immediately after catching GMOC, I biked as fast as I could over to catch the B&O power coming into the yard. Unfortunately, it was only a GMTX leader, but it was still nice to catch. Now with all the trains back inside the yard, it was time to get a quick slice of pizza at Ramato's Pizza before heading back to the station to wait for the Northbound train. soon we were rolling out of Rutland and heading on our way back north to Burlington. This would be the first northbound revenue train with passengers. Just as with the southbound trip, as we came into Middlebury, northbound, there were tons of people out to welcome us in. Finally, the life of Burlington Vermont is coming into it has been a quite peaceful, With the train now empty, they reversed back into the yard to service the train and fuel it for another day's southbound trip.